same thing, because there's $3.5 million that's pumped into these this campaign, this cigarette campaign, which, you know, I mean, it's a huge campaign, and it's definitely having a huge impact. But mental illness, the way that those cigarette commercials run over and over again, you know, they're silly, they're funny, but there's a message to it. Nothing on mental illness. There's very little dollars being put behind, you know, mental illness awareness, whether it's through, you know, community commercials. The message needs to get put out. So we're in the process now doing a campaign to raise $150,000 to launch a series of commercials similar to the Think cigarette commercials.
How do you get somebody to speak up about their own mental illness?
Say it one more time.
How do you get the person to speak up about their mental illness? Because it's hard for the other person to trying to convince somebody of something wrong.
You know what? One of the things I learned through taking the class, man, was through love and grace. Yep. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to come to somebody and tell them, like, man, you know, you're a little off. But like a friend of mine called me up about 2 weeks ago. She knows that I got my certification, and she was, and I know her husband as well. And she told me about a scenario that they were going through. They were just literally just happened. They were driving down the expressway, and he came and picked her up, and he was, you know, hey baby, you know, how you doing? You have a good day? And all of a sudden, while driving down the expressway, they got into an argument, and he reaches over, opens up the door, he's trying to shove her out the car on the expressway. So yeah, something going on there. It's definitely not, you know, not normal. So one of the things that I told her, I said, you know what, if you don't mind, you know, let me talk to him. So I did, and basically how I came at him was, you know, in a love and grace type way. You know, I explained to him, I said, man, look at your actions, man. I said, those are not actions of somebody that's rational. You know, and that's one of the things that I tell people now, you know, when I speak in different groups and organizations is, there doesn't necessarily have to be a history of it, but sometimes just look at your own behavior and look at some of the choices that you made and see whether or not they're rational or not. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong. I mean, we got such a big stigma, you know, with going to get diagnosed and just, you know, willing to accept that label that, yeah, I may have some mental illness going on here. So like I said, man, love and grace, man, is the best way to approach somebody with it, and helping them see their own actions and their rationale, you know, in their choices.